So you can act like you're innocent if you just got in this. Is he got 4 babies with her?
I think 4
3
now.
or 4,
He's
yeah.
4 babies in with a girl who has real issues toward him. Because
Hmm.
you don't talk about your people like that.
Yeah, I've been wanting to talk about this for a couple days. But Corey Holcomb goes in on Ayesha Curry's, I don't know, desire or imperative to put pressure on Steph Curry throughout podcast media. Every time she goes on a podcast, she's telling us how hard it is for her and the struggles it is to be married to such a successful basketball player and how much she wants her imagined career back. Meanwhile, he's provided a life for her where she does not have to work at all. This is the problem.
I want to talk about what's happening out here with Miss Ayesha Curry. And I didn't want to
Look at
say
River.
nothing as a man who has strong opinions about what he witnesses. But just in case somebody doesn't know, people don't know, can you tell the people what's happening with Ayesha Curry? I got that picture of her because I want people to see who is trying to over a Hall of Famer NBA. That's Garfield the cat up there. That's one of the old men on the Muppets back in the day.
Damn.
That's Mortimer from. Anyway, can you
Let
tell
me
the people what's happening, River? I know you
I
talk. Go ahead.
listen, I absolutely can, but I think that just like how you're saying that, I think we should preface this with it reminds me of the situation that happened with Travis Hunter, where everybody's like, don't do it. Be careful. We know we can see the red flags. And he took it as an offense because obviously that's his girl and he wants to protect her and all this kind of stuff. But it's the same thing in this situation. It's like because of the love and appreciation that people have for Steph Curry, that's why it's such a big thing. It's not people are trying to attack him or they
Yep.
don't want him to be happy. It's like, I don't think I can even grasp how Steph Curry is married to a woman who is acting like a bitter baby mama in the marriage. Like that is just it's mind-boggling to me. It really is. And it reminds me too because when I first started talking about this situation, we all know Red Table Talk happened
Oh,
and
yeah.
Ayesha Curry was there with her mother-in-law. Okay? At the same table with Jada, which that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
It's been hard.
Yeah.
It hasn't been easy.
What's been the most difficult part of it for you?
And she was saying how she wasn't getting the same attention from men that Steph Curry gets from women.
And what it amounts to is jealousy, like 100%. This is just jealousy. Your husband, how are you jealous of your husband? That is crazy. You all should be a team. You all should be winning. But for some reason, she's taking this as an opportunity to go on a PR tour for her divorce. Unfortunately, it sounds like she's lining up for a divorce.
Well, of course not, sweetie, because he's the star. First of all.
Right.
Second of all, if you're in a marriage and you're happy, why would you even want said attention? So that was like the first kind of strike that we saw going on. And then, there was a situation where she was on the talk show The Real. And, some guys
Right.
came out and was serving drinks to the ladies. And she was like, forcefully like doing this gesture like, oh, I'm trying to keep my ring on, And then so now all those things have passed. And it comes like every time that people forget about that and are willing to give her grace, she comes right back to the forefront and does something else that's even more like, girl, just stop talking.
And most recently, people won't forget, she actually was at the Drake concert in her hometown of Toronto. After Kendrick had warned him about hanging out with Drake, she goes and hangs out with her good buddy, her Toronto homeboy, Drake, at the concert. You can't make this shit up.
Stop talking. And most recently, she did an interview on the Call Me Daddy podcast,
Oh, God.
in which I don't know what she was promoting. I really don't. I don't know what she was actually there for. But the woman who was doing the podcast was throwing her bones of admiration. And it was like Ayesha turned into Serena and was batting down all of the
Back in.
alley oops that the lady was trying to give her. Like, oh, well, it's amazing. Like, you have this amazing husband. And it's kind of like, oh, the guy in high school, I didn't even like him like that. Like, so but you have these kids. Like, aren't you so happy? Kids? I didn't even want kids. And it's like everybody was like, what? Why?
So look, I'm so glad you said all that. I'm so glad you get all that out. Because see, I have a question for you. See, I watch you with not all, I've watched so many of your interviews. And I'm just gonna get straight to it. Be honest. Do you think that most women are inherently evil or scammers?
Ooh.
Do you think
Yeah.
that from what you see?
I do, and I definitely do
Damn.
say that. And the reason why I say that is because a multitude of reasons. One of the reasons being a lot of women
It's
don't
true.
know.
I'm sorry, go
It's
ahead.
true. Yeah, no, it's true. A lot of women don't know what they want. And so they get into these situations of what, either their friends or their family or society tells them that they're supposed to do.
Right.
And then they do all the right things to get there. And then when they get there, the real them comes out. And I feel like that's kind of a lot of, like, women are hormonal, right? We're completely different than men. But a lot of times women are so wrapped up in their emotions and their feelings, which feelings are fleeting. And they make these brash decisions, and that's scary because a man who's stable, who's in a situation, can just wake up one day and be like, "Who is this?" Like it takes.
Not to mention the children, all the people that are really taking this lightly, that are just like, yo, this is no big deal. She feels like she feels, she needed to have a hoe phase. One girl on TikTok was saying, oh, Ayesha just needs to have a hoe phase. That's all she needs.
Ayesha Curry is a perfect example of why it is so important to have a hoe phase. Go be a hoe. Be a hoe. But be a safe hoe though. Like, protect yourself and don't get pregnant. That's why she's sitting over there feeling trapped. Trapped with Steph Curry. Sometimes you gotta go through some stuff to really appreciate what you have. She probably ain't never been hoed. She probably ain't never been drugged through the mud by a dude. She probably never been. She probably never had her heart broken time and time and time again. That's why she can't really appreciate what she has, because it's like, I need something edgy. I need something fun. Like this mom stuff. This being married to Steph Curry, this shit is boring. And now she's really rebelling. She want to be in the streets. She want to be desired by other men. She probably want to do something with another man because she probably never experienced that. Like, when did they get together? Like high school or something? That is not enough time to be out in the world and do stuff and experience stuff. Like, you don't have to experience a whole lot. But I don't think she experienced anything at all. And now she's tied down, married with kids. You can't go do your thing right now unless you go do your thing and run the risk. Like, you ain't just no Lucinda from down the block. You're Ayesha Curry. If you gonna mess with anybody, trust me, we gonna know about it.
But what you're not taking into account is the damage this could do potentially to the family unit. I know it just sounds like you're scoring points on Steph, but your children are going to be able to go back and document the destruction of their relationship. Because hands down, that's where she's going. She's looking for a half. They're in California too. They'll go away and take half and go off into the sunset and start smashing Canadian Pookie and Ray Ray. Start smashing the YNs and let them spend up Steph's hard-earned money. Usually it happens when the NBA player retires. Then they have to be in the same space. Then friction starts and then the divorce comes, right? Maybe she's actually telegraphing the blow of what is potentially about to happen when Steph Curry steps off the court for the last time. When number 30 goes up into the rafters, what is she going to do? Because her husband's legacy has been solidified. He's a Hall of Famer, hands down. What is she about to do to change their lives forever? Man, diabolical.
evolution for women to be, in my opinion, more stable, more calm, more logical thinking. Like I think it
So you
takes the
think there's a
work.
way they can become logical thinkers? You think there's something on this planet that can make them that way?
I think it's never going to be the same as a man. But I think once they have a certain level of understanding and humility, which a lot of women do not have,
Okay.
that's the main problem. A lot of women don't have the humility enough to even listen, to receive, or to understand another person's point of view. So how can they listen and understand enough to even change or evolve or grow? Like,
Yeah.
and so
You
I
finna
hate
get
to say
famous.
that.
You finna get famous for speaking honest.
But I hate to say it, but it's really true. And we're in an era now that like everybody is thinking that wrong is right and right is wrong. And we have to be true, because I'm not like people, oh, she's a pick me or whatever. But I'm saying it because I love you, right? Like I love you. I want you to get it right. I want you to have good relationships. So I have to be honest with you. I can't lie to you and say, oh yeah, girl, she's a girl boss. Like I've seen so many women like, oh, so Ayesha is not allowed to have her own identity. She's not allowed to express herself. Of course she is. She's a woman. She has her own autonomy. Of course, your identity is not just being a wife and a mother. But why, in expressing that, do you have to disrespect him, embarrass him, and humiliate him on the
Right.
forefront? Like,
The reason
I don't understand that.
it's so disrespectful what she does because she's a 6. Like he's an NBA superstar, and he's with a 6.
Yeah.
And now here is Steph Curry with not 1, not 2. He kept putting babies in something that he knew was broken. So when people say Steph Curry ain't got no dirt on his name, yes he do. The dirt on your name is your wife, because your wife is walking around shitting all over you. So you can act like you're innocent if you just got in this. Is he got 4 babies with her?
I think 4 now.
3 or 4.
He's
Yeah.
4 babies in with a girl who has real issues toward him. Because you don't talk about your people like that,
At all.
especially your husband. So when we get to see,
Yeah, what happened to keeping these things behind closed doors? What happened to the sense of privacy? Like, that is a sign of respect in itself. If you cannot contain yourself to talk about your private business in the public and not behind closed doors with the person that it concerns, you're just disrespectful. And I'm just going to come out and say it. She might try to hide behind the fact that, oh, well, I don't mean it like that. And Steph actually, Killer Mike actually saw something on Instagram. Killer Mike saw a post on Instagram and he made a comment about it. And so here comes Steph talking about, whoa, wow, Killer Mike. I didn't think it would be you. Like, I'm like, Steph, people love you. So they're out here saying what they're saying. They can see what's obviously happening. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't expect it from Killer Mike, but that should be an indication of the fact that it's coming from someone like Killer Mike to be like, Killer Mike has since come out and apologized for that statement, but the sentiment remains, man. It's not a good look.
in what's happening, we have to give Steph Curry blame too, because why put so much effort into someone like that? And you know the reason people put effort into stuff like that is because men actually think that if they be Superman, they can change the way that person is. But through trial and error, I have stepped back and I watch how too many women, more women than not, act. And it's like they really are not sane and don't got a clue.
Sheesh.
No, but I'm laughing because I know exactly what you're saying and I agree with you. Like, I agree, because this is the thing, right? Steph Curry and they look like brother and sister to me. They the whole family look like her, him. If she's with his mom, she look like that could be her daughter. Like,
Is that part of the problem? You know how they say opposites attract, and there's some deep issues here.
they
No,
look
her
exactly
face
the
is
same.
not aerodynamic enough to fit in. She got a fat face like a plate. And them ain't the
His mom
one.
is-
When you got
his mom is
money,
stunning.
you just don't be with a girl like that.
Yeah,
That's what
this
I'm
is a
saying.
chill.
I don't see a lot of guys with money with a fat face.
Jesus.
They normally get a girl who has, this is stuff that people will be like, Corey tripping, but this is real.
No, I know what you're
A woman
talking
who has
about.
an aerodynamic face is considered more the definition of beautiful than that.
Like a symmetrical face is what I think he means. Yeah, it's like I think she looked better when she had less weight, obviously. But you know, with 4 children, things happen. Corey gonna break it down.
Right there.
I want to just.
She got the big
unpack
poppy
that for you,
face from the
too.
Boston's. Go ahead.
I want to unpack that because just like these IG influencers, for
Big
example,
Poppy.
like the first thing they do when they start getting into relationships with men that have some kind of status is they start to change their face. So this is not something
true.
that is just an idea or an opinion you have. It's a truth. Like this is why the aesthetic shops are so rampant right now, where people are making so much money because everything is in symmetry and making sure that their cheek boys are pointy and that you can see the bone structure. So I'm just giving context to you're not, because a lot of times I think that when you talk, because you're a comedian, people think that you're just saying stuff, but like
Right.
you're really you
That's-
know what
he's
you're
on
talking
point.
about.
He's on
You
point.
100% know exactly what you're saying.
Big face ain't supposed to be in mansions. That's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? I know you a woman, Reva, and you ain't gonna join in with that. But I'm kind of putting you on the spot on purpose because I know you know. I watch you, sister. You know. I be listening to you trying to help hoes. But the one girl who got her hair flat as hell up top and down talking about the whole phase. The black girl who got the flat iron hair. Y'all see that she talk about she got to go through her whole phase. This phase. Listen, I want to ask you this. Darlene, I'm sorry if I'm hogging Reva all to myself, but listen.
Hi, Darlene.
Is there a such thing as a hoe phase, or is a hoe gonna be a hoe
Regardless. Yep.
It ain't no hoe phase. Women slow down when they realize I am so old, I'm really getting the scum of the club, the scum of the job, the scum of the church. Only on thirsty mode want me.
Yeah, I was saying the exact same thing. I was saying the whole phase. Is it a whole phase or is it a whole life? These women are committed to being that in their everyday being. And I don't think you can turn it off. Even when they go into a marriage, even when they get into a long-term relationship, that street life is still calling. They still calling. They either on IG or Facebook, texting somebody behind closed doors, at work, got a work husband, all this stuff. Yeah, that is kind of hard to turn off, women. And so the women that are out there suggesting, giving their advice, saying she should have a whole phase, first off, you're exposing yourself. You're exposing yourself. And then you're also exposing the fact that you can't be trusted in no relationship. You can't get it off your chest and be done with it. That's always working in the background. Hoe is life.
Because after they about 40 of the thirsty mode guys, they be like, okay, I've had my fill. But as long as they feel like they're desirable, a hoe gonna be a hoe. That's my opinion. What do you think about a hoe being a hoe?
So I have a couple of thoughts about it, which might be shocking to some. I think that a woman can be out there and meet the ultimate guy, because everybody knows that a woman has the guy. There's always the guy. Like a woman can be married to another man and another man owns her,
Nah.
And so I think a woman can encounter that kind of guy and completely just be a whole different person. And people are looking at that girl like, girl, you was in these, she doesn't even know that person because she's so.
I disagree. A tiger has its stripes. It doesn't matter how far you shave a tiger down. She knows what she is. And even though that guy is everything that she said she want on her checkbox, sometimes she'll still be unfulfilled. It's an insatiable desire to hit them streets. It's more than just a notion. That is always playing in the background. Once a 304, always a 304 in my mind. Now, you can have some reformed 304s. Like Corey said, they got tired. They tired of being mistreated. really is what it is. And they decide that they want to do something different. That's one thing. But that desire, once she gets bored, as we're looking at in this Ayesha Curry situation, she's going to be out here asking for the streets. Now, that's the thing. Like, do we even know what Ayesha's history was? Like, because I don't know. I think she had a couple years in LA, if I'm not mistaken, trying to get at this acting thing. So I need to call the homies. I need to call the homies and see what's up. There's a couple people in LA that know all the girls. That know all the girls that have been in the business that have been trying to get in. Anyway, let me shut up.
So detached because she just wants to appease this one person. But I believe that, you know, this whole idea of a phase or whatever is just another situation, which is the main problem that's going on with Ayesha that I've seen. It was a similar situation that was going on with Jada and Will. It's a competition. Like, a man can go and sleep with and lay down and do whatever they want to and come back and be, you know, unfazed. Women can't do that. And the fact that there's this thought process that it's okay or women should experience a multitude of men to be able to be satisfied with a man is saying the main truth that women don't know what they want. Women don't know how to be happy or satisfied.
Now, the only bailout shoot Ayesha is that she didn't know how famous Steph was going to be. She did not know her husband was about to literally change the face of basketball. When people are shooting three-pointers as a major offensive strategy, that's Steph Curry. She probably didn't think this kid out of Davidson was going to be as dominant a player as he was, as successful a player as he was, as much of a champion as he was. But that's the ideal situation. Most basketball wives probably wish for that. Because along with that comes more wealth. Along with that comes more notoriety. Nobody would know who Ayesha Curry is without Steph Curry. I'm willing to guess that. Because Ayesha Curry wanted to be an actress. And you know, that's a field I'm very familiar with. Ayesha, let me be the one to tell you. As a struggling actress, you would probably be done by now. There would be no girl bossing around the world. That was funny. Somebody said she's out here being mad because she wants to be a girl boss. Girl boss. She's mad she had to have the burden of children. Well, you could have stopped after one. You know what I'm saying? We got to take some responsibility here, Ayesha. I don't know what the hell to tell you. Anyway, go check out the rest of the video on Corey Holcomb's channel. Check out Riva TV, content creator. Shout out to her. Yeah, man. Ayesha Curry, stay at home. Like, let's just cut all the bull. Stay at home. You got a good situation. The women on the street that are tricking you out of this, the bad advice that you're getting from some of your homegirls is going to leave you, it's going to leave you out of position. It's going to leave you in a bad situation. You know, hate to say this, but look at Nicole Murphy. Nicole Murphy been bouncing from here to here to there ever since she left Eddie Murphy. After having all them kids with Eddie Murphy and having a relationship with one of the most successful Hollywood comedians out there. That's a perfect example of where Ayesha will be if she continues on this path. She needs an intervention right now. And it's an emergency. And I know Steph doesn't think it's an emergency. He's like, we good. We all good over here. He probably got his side chicks on the side. He ain't even tripping. But dog, it's not looking good out here, man. But anyway, Corey is hilarious. Anyway, Garfield. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell notification for all uploads. This is Faucette Media.